Hi everyone, I'm Bahar from Sinav Koleji campus, and today I wanted to talk to you about the importance of mental health and how we can stop the stigma around it. But first, I want to start off my speech with a quick disclaimer. I'm going to be talking about a topic that is somewhat considered taboo, and society doesn't really like mentioning, but we are here to spread awareness, aren't we? Now let's kick it off with some facts. 1 in 4 adults suffer from mental illnesses. Let that sink in now. 43.8 million adults go through this period every single year. I'm sure I could ask everyone listening right now about past traumas, and every single one of you would have an answer to give me. We wear pink ribbons to show our support to people with breast cancer in October. Other diseases and disabilities have a whole popular month dedicated to them. Now, I'm not saying this is wrong in any way, but why are we treating mental illnesses differently? If you didn't know, Mental Illness Awareness Month is May. Even though depression, which is a really serious mental illness, is one of the most well-documented diseases we've had over the past millennia, this awareness month isn't as popular as the others. And I think right now is a really good time to make this speech, considering we're still in May, and I'm sure most of us still haven't heard about the significance of this month. It's because this is not talked about enough on social platforms. We have the power of social media right in our hands to spread the word around, make a change. Yet, we don't seem to use it for the greater good. I mean, we're in the 21st century. Why do we keep shutting down topics we know everyone can somehow relate to? Take some time to think about that, will you? Let's be honest here. Mental illnesses are really hard to deal with. They usually don't come alone. They're a package deal. You get depression and anxiety, or anxiety and bipolar disorder, even ADHD and ADD. The worst thing is, they all come with a shame of guilt. You start thinking that it's all your fault. Come on now, stop having guilt trips and get your act together, they say. It's not that easy though. I wish it was, I really do, but when you're stuck in your head, it's really hard to get back out. Judgment is a natural part of our human condition, even for the most open-minded people. We all agree on that, right? But when that escalates to discrimination, prejudice, and finally a whole stigma, that's where our problem begins. What exactly is stigma? The dictionary defines it as a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person. Mental illnesses are stigmatized more than any other illness. This is so common that we usually don't even realize it. Take a look around. Put on the news, open social media, watch a movie. People with mental illnesses are shown as short-tempered, angry, grumpy, and the list goes on. Funny enough, that doesn't apply to most of the real-life cases. Mental illness isn't like diabetes, cancer, even a broken bone. We can't scan our body to prove it's there. That's why we need to seek help when we think we have a problem. However, this stigma even got into the healthcare system. Most medical providers have the same false beliefs. With barriers like that, more than half of the adults who have mental illnesses don't even bother to seek help. And therapy actually works. Just because it isn't a physical cure, we can't act like it's a waste of time. Enough of the adults. Let's talk about teenagers now. Because I am in fact a teenager, everything I'll be saying will be coming from experience. Gen Z has reported the most mental health problems out of all the others. Why do you think that is? Let's brainstorm together, shall we? We are a generation who could benefit from the latest technology, check. We were born into a world with no global wars, check. Most of us have loving families, check. Where could the problem possibly be? I'll tell you where it is. We were raised in an environment where we're expected to be the best, if not, fit into certain standards. It gets hard to live with that kind of pressure sometimes. We compare ourselves to each other every single day. Most of us go onto social media, spending hours and hours on there just to feel insecure. We're always told we have it easy. Everything's handed to us, right? Well, your great-grandpa was fighting a war when he was your age. What do you want me to do about that? Times change, and when it does, you have to make sure you're changing with it. So, how can we stop the stigma that's going around? We can start by speaking about mental health in a respectable, real way. education can help too. It can change the way people look at each other. Maybe we can finally start seeing the person in front of us for who they really are instead of their diagnosis. On a personal level, if you want to help a loved one, instead of trying to give unsolicited advice, try something else. Be there for that person. Show that you care. We all go through turmoil. Sometimes we feel alone. It happens and it's okay. Mental illness is one of the most humanly experiences one can go through. Humankind has gone thousands of years experiencing it. It is now our time to finally normalize it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes my speech. Thank you all for tuning in.